Last week, we have left off with a discussion of the bloodline. You may not understand the importance of the bloodline today, but as you continue to study the word of Yehovah, you will soon know why it's important to follow the bloodline. The children of Israel has gone through several examples of Yehovah separating the wheat from the chaff. This is written for our example for us to read and learn about the first assembly, the first congregation, the first ecclesia, the first church. Learn from their errors so we won't make the same mistakes. I don't know how many of us is on this journey and maybe avoiding versus learning, but I joined this journey back in 2014 of July, and I am still learning today. Welcome to Reconcile the Kingdom, where we're working towards becoming the harmony of the whole word of truth. My name is Patrice Robinson, and I appreciate your support by stopping by here on today. We are going to go through the significant events of chapters 28 through 30. Chapter 28. Here, Yehovah's ensuring the children of Israel understand to bring him his food, his offering by fire, a soothing aroma to him at the appointed time. We have the daily burnt offerings. There's one lamb in the morning and one at twilight with grain. We have the drink offering, which is poured out in the holy place. Each time there's a lamb offered, there's a drink and grain offering. We have the Sabbath offerings, which is in addition to the daily offerings. Besides the daily, the Sabbath, we have the monthly, which is the new moon offerings. We have Passover. We have the Feast of Weeks offerings. The priest was always working, even on the Sabbath day. Chapter 29. The offerings continue. Mind you, this is besides the daily, the Sabbath, the monthly, the new moon offerings. We have appointed days, offerings continually every day. There's an offering. The Feast of Trumpets offering is addition to the new moon offerings. Remember, the Feast of Trumpets is on the first day of the 7th month. The Day of Atonement has its offerings requirements for removal of the sins of the people and, of course, of the priests, along with the daily offerings. The Feast of Shelter is the 7th-day feast, which is a 7-day feast that requires additional offerings besides the daily offerings. Wow, the temple of Yehovah was always moving. Chapter 30. The vows. The vows of a man and a woman is covered in chapter 30. These vows are to be taken seriously, sincerely, and not to be making without ensuring that you can make a commitment to Yehovah for whatever vow you bring it before him. For a woman, her father or husband can intervene if they disapprove of her vow. Now, this does not go for a divorced woman or a woman who is a widow. So there's a lot into the vows that we need to take serious about. We need to think about these vows. Today's focus is vows. I remember I used to say to the Lord, if you do this, I would do this for you. I would do what you asked me to do. I wasn't fully understanding what I was doing, but I was making a vow without thinking about what I was doing. I was not taking into account to if I can uphold this vow. I didn't even think about, what's the consequences or if there's any consequences. Just making a statement so that God can move on my behalf. I just wanted him to change my circumstances, and I was willing to do just about anything he wanted. Well, those days were in my younger days. I started making vows many years ago, before I even came on this road. I now have learned to ask for his will to be done. Instead of trying to make a bargaining chip or a vow to him, I was trying to bargain with the Lord. And again, that was my younger days. Who knows? Maybe this is why I am doing this today. Maybe because I made a vow many years ago without even thinking about what I made a vow for. I don't even remember all the vows that I made, but I remember feeling so desperate that I wanted God to move on my behalf when I was younger. Yeshua gives us a warning for just saying things carelessly out of our mouths. In Matthew chapter 12, verse 36 to 37, Yeshua says, I tell you that everyone will have to answer for all the careless things they have said. This will happen on the day of judgment. Your words be used to judge you. What you have said will show whether you're right or whether you are guilty. Let's gain control of our tongues, not only from what Yeshua said, what the Torah says, even James has spoken of it too. Join me on Saturday at 10 o'clock p.m. as we begin our new series of What Did Yeshua Teach? And I will see you next Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. for Torah Chat Points, numbers 31 through 33. As always, man does not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yehovah. Have a blessed rest of the week, and thank you for watching.